rolls back, closing down your eyes for a quick second. And if you're like me, you're at the edge of your chair sitter, so sit back into the back seat of the chair. And again, just let the back of your chair support you there. Get your feet nice and grounded. If you find you're too short for your chair, you can always put your blocks underneath your feet. So again, we want that grounding type sensation. So roll the shoulders back and close down the eyes. Let's take a nice deep breath and relax. Let's do that one more time. Deep breath in and exhale. Lift those shoulders straight up to your earlobes and then drop them straight down. And let's do it again. Deep breath, lift them straight up to the earlobe and then release them down. Once you're ready, draw that chin down. Keeping the shoulders kind of dropping away from the ears. We're gonna add a little sway. Just build a communication with your body here. There's no need to label anything, because when we label, then we judge. When we judge, then we punish. We feel there's some sort of consequence needed to follow that. So instead, we just observe on a little opened there, and I feel a little stiff here. Drop back to your center. Notice if you're like me, did you come away from the back of your chair? Lean into it. Let the chin now lift up. And of course, if the back of the chair allows, bring your chin up a little bit higher. From there, bring your head back into that neutral. Now do lift away from the back of the chair. Add a couple of good rolls again. Loosen through the neck. Now when you're ready, you're going to feel the shoulders drop away. I'm just going to drop the ear over towards one shoulder. Bring your opposite hand away. And if you want, just add a little side stretch. There's no need to push down on your head by any means. Back into that center. Let's do the other one. Reach over, relax the shoulders. Please don't pull that head. And then from there, come back to your center. We're going to do a couple of rounds of nostril breathing. So we're going to take our left hand. You're going to place your pointer finger, your peace fingers, your yoga fingers onto the center of your forehead. You're then going to use your ring finger and your pinky and then your thumb. And we're going to alternate pressing the nostril. So maybe you've done this before. Just take your time, maybe relax back into the chair. You do about 7 rounds, but don't count. Just go with your breath. So if you're not familiar, take an inhale through your nose. If you are, please go. As you exhale, then plug one side of the nose and inhale. Exhale. Before then switching. Finish the round you are on and allow those arms to melt down. And just take an observation, the clarity that it creates within the mind, the connection it creates with our body. And again, with a nice inhale, lift those shoulders straight up to the earlobes and feel the lift come from the torso and then just the shoulders, root them down. Let's add the arms. Inhale, stretch the arms up. Again, feeling that lift from the torso, and exhale, release them down. a lift and roll it back just to help reset through the chest, the shoulders wide, almost like when we're on our mat, right? We get the far corners of our shoulders opening like that. When you're ready, we're going to bring our knees together. Now, if you're like me, I'm going to come just a little bit forward on the chair, make it easier for my feet to come together. Then from there, let's bring our right hand over, or your left. We don't need to worry about left and right. From there, we're going to slide our opposite hand down to grab the chair seat right beside our bum cheek. And we're going to very lightly guide ourselves with that hand on our knee. So kind of look towards that shoulder. Now, we don't want to fight with the back of our chair, so make sure your arm isn't lifting the shoulder. You're just very lightly guiding the shoulders wide, opening up from the heart at the same time as feeling this beautiful twist of the belly. So if you're feeling it in your back, notice if you maybe leaned forward instead of keeping yourself tall from those sitting bones. Now let's come into the back stretch. So leave your hand on your knee and just bring the hand from the chair across your legs. Once you're ready, they're going to cross over your legs and you're going to push the torso down, creating even more of that X. Now look down at your toes and take a deep breath right in between your shoulder blades. Feel that back opening up a little bit. Relax. Go for it again. Maybe a little turn of the palms towards the floor. Again, as we breathe, maybe a little tap. And relax. Nice, good deep breath. Tuck our bellies, roll the shoulders as you come up nice and tall. Feel the weight again, nice and equal into our sitting bones. Other side, of course. Across, grab the side of your chair. Just kind of tuck your elbow behind you. Look to the side. Little bit of this opening here, but we're keeping the shoulders relaxed from the ear. Although we're rising, we don't want to puff our chest out, so making sure we're keeping that up. Of course, this whole time we're breathing, as we're ready, turn back towards the front, bring that hand again off the chair seat, go across. Once you're there, slide down to X them out, kind of wiggle them through, it's a little sticky today. And then from there, a little tuck of the chin, and bringing the belly, the chest in as we breathe in between those shoulder blades. Rhomboid area. Just a slight turn of your thumb towards the mat. That's also going to help create a little more through the shoulders. Another breath. And as you're ready, inhale. Just nice and fluid, lift up, gently guide the shoulders back, open up those feet about that hip distance again, just a little movement there, loosen them up. Now we're gonna go even further to the edge of our chair, so scoot even further to the edge. So basically just your bum cheeks are on the chair, not the back of your legs anymore. From there, we're gonna take a nice deep breath and just lift the shoulders up. So thinking of rising that torso. Now let's reach back for the edges of our chair back, then we're going to lift up the chest. When you're ready, inhale as if someone's got a little bit of a cord there at the sternum. Squeeze the shoulders, lift through the heart and the chin, sticking your bum out. Then as you exhale, you're going to push back towards the sitting bones, maybe even that tailbone as you stretch forward. So we're kind of tucking that belly and the chest in. We're opening the back just like we were doing. Let's try it again. Drop the arms. Push the bum out, lift the heart, inhale. And then exhale, reaching it forward, feeling a little bit of a core work if you want. Wait for your breath. When you're ready, let's go again. Inhale. Oh, maybe it feels nice. You kind of pause before you go through. Maybe you're pulling a little more back towards that tailbone, getting a little more into the lumbar. Let's just get one more. Reach back and open up. And shifting in and stretching through. From there, let the arms drop down. And then again, just lift and roll the shoulders. Take that moment, that blissful moment of all of a sudden new space, new relax within the body. From there, let's take those arms. And so a nice, good breath. Make sure you feel comfortable on your chair. So maybe scoot back a little bit. Make sure your feet feel grounded here. Then again, let's inhale, lift those ribs up from those hips. When you're ready, we're gonna come forward. So as we come forward, we're gonna turn, bringing our elbow to the opposite side of our knee. Now, just a little bit of a push, just so we can look towards our top elbow. Remember, can the shoulders come down from the ears? We're pressing into our feet, nice and equal here. If you would like a little more, let's open the arms. So one arm will go down towards the foot, and then the top arm is gonna go up to the sky. Don't force it. Now notice, again, have you leaned all your weight over to one side? Let's bring our bum back on our chair. Hands back together at the center. Tuck your belly and lifting in. Once you're there, relax the arms down. Roll the shoulders back, nice and equal. Feet, thumb. Let's rise it again. Inhale. Lean forward and then start to rotate, bringing the opposite elbow to that knee. Take a look towards the top shoulder. Relax those shoulders. Now remember, where do you feel right to be? So our weight is equal, our shoulders are rooted. Do we want to explore that extension of lifting those arms, lengthening out from the center? Don't aggravate that top shoulder for your twist. Then the hands come back together. That way then our belly can push, just like our palms are, and we come back into our center. Again, let the arms relax down, give the shoulders a nice little roll back, and whatever else might feel nice. Let's sway out those knees a little bit. Just kind of feeling that up towards that low back area. Now from here, we're gonna get up. So when you're ready, get those chairs and turn so that you'll step and stay on your mat. So I'm just gonna pick my chair up, bring it towards the top here. That way I can use the stability of my mat to make sure my feet don't go sliding out on me. Once you're ready, you're gonna bring your hands onto the seat of your chair. Shoulders go tucking in. We're gonna take a step back on our mat. Once you've stepped back, melt into those knees as you drop the chest down, and you're basically doing a nice downward dog, but we haven't forced ourselves all the way to the floor. So just like always, we're pressing our weight towards our heels. We're lifting up with our sitting bones, not necessarily pushing out our knees, more lift than that. Feel the arms kind of reach away from the chair as they kind of lengthen out from your hips as well. Then we'll breathe as we pull the sternum in. So notice, have you dropped your ribcage towards your knees? Can you draw them in a little bit, feeling a bit of that kind of ribcage squeeze? With your next breath, we're gonna take that left leg and we're gonna lift the heel up and then start to take that leg straight back and behind you. Bring that knee into the chest and then open the knee out to the side and straighten the leg back out behind you. I'm gonna switch my legs just so it's a little easier to see. So go back, bring the knee into the chest, open the knee to the side, and then kicking it back out. Bring the knee in. So you're basically doing a circle and out. Let's see, draw it in, circle it, draw it out. Let's lower that foot back down. A little pedal. Now from here, we're going to look forward towards our chair and walk yourself up. Once your shins or your knee are at your chair seat there, push the chair away and let's take a nice good inhale, reach up to the sky. Let the arms relax down. Maybe even bring them back if you want. Just let them melt there. Don't squeeze back. Don't lengthen. Just let them soften. Maybe a little activation of our hips forward or belly inward. And then release. Let the arms again come back down onto the seat of your chair. Let's walk back again. Once you get back into that space, again, dropping the head, but not the chest. So we pull the ribcage in, lifting our toes as we guide our weight towards our heels, lengthening. Now, remember, don't go back so far that the shoulders feel like they're all the way sitting on your earlobes. Can we keep that space, keeping that nice long neck? Maybe bring your feet a step closer if you feel like you're really struggling to lengthen out of the torso or it's bothering your shoulders. So we do the same idea. Nice and slow, peel the heel up, tuck that belly as you reach back. It's almost like a warrior three. Bring the knee into the chest, then you lift the knee to the ceiling, and you're rolling that leg inside of the hip. Pull the knee in, roll it open, and draw it out long. So we get a little core. We can feel the strength in that supported leg. Roll that hip. Once you are ready, lower the foot. Take a moment, add a nice little release from here. When you feel ready, we're going to again walk up to our chair, shins at our chair. Then from there, bring those arms up. Inhale, reach it to the sky. And nice and slow, bring the arms back. Lace the fingers behind you. If you'd like a little more this time, give the shoulders a little squeeze. Keep drawing the belly in, keep pressing the hips forward, up through our head. And then again, let the shoulders release, draw them forward. Mount down to your chair, stepping back into that chair downward dog again. Root it out, pull the ribs in. My favorite part is to drop my ribs down and I'm almost kind of letting my belly sit on my thighs. So we want to reach out. From there, we'll go back to the first side. So take your left leg out behind you. Bring the knee into the chest. Now put that foot right in front of your chair. Perfect. From there, again, make sure your hips are facing your chair. So thinking about that right hip, can we bring it forward so it faces the front of the chair? We're pushing through our heels still. Now leave your right hand where it is. We're going to bring our left hand up on towards our bum. And then just push the chair to look towards your left elbow. Keep pushing back into those heels. Tuck your belly up a little bit. If you want, you can take your hand off of your hip. Just make sure you're not bugging your shoulder. Bend into your front knee as you bring your hands down to the chair again. Perfect. And then step back. So it's basically a twisted pyramid pose, but we don't have to go that crazy low down to the foot. Let's see how it feels. So ground into it, tuck your belly, inhale, take your right leg behind you. Bring the knee into your chest like we were doing, but this time just put the foot down so it's in front of your chair seat. Perfect. Straighten the legs as you look forward. Pull that belly in, and then remember those heels really pushing into our mat. So we'll add a little twist. Leave your left hand where it is. Slide your right hand up towards your bum. Relax your shoulders, and we're just going to see about turning the torso and looking towards that back elbow. Perfect. Now again, can you keep that back leg pushing that heel towards the mat? Got some strength going. The hand might stay on our bum or might rise to the sky. Just bend in your front knee as you bring your arm down. From there, push the chair, bring that foot back, lower the chest in. Nice little release out of those legs again. And then from here, when you're ready, again, walking up towards the chair, the shins at the chair, then rising all the way through and bring the arms down. Now put them into the funny clasps, meaning the other pointer finger in front as you roll the shoulders back, maybe a little length out. Keeping that rooting down from our legs. We want to still be grounding in. And then again, let the arms relax, bring them forward. Any kind of wiggles might help you soften. Those are perfect. From there, we're going to turn so that we can sit back down onto your chair. So if you want to turn your chair just so you can see me quickly, please do. But when you sit down, just like I am, sit close to the edge of your chair. Once you're near the edge of your chair, we're going to then reach down for our left knee and bring that knee up to your chest. That way you can kind of lean back into the seat of the chair just to get that little extra tuck here. Now give your ankle a little pedal. This movement, for such a simple movement, this rounding out of our back and this flexing of our toe, a little sway actually can create even more. And this is a great way of massaging your sciatic nerve. So if you have that kind of discomfort, if you've ever dealt with sciatica, you know what that feels like. Don't wish it upon no one. Lean back to your chair. Now just bring that foot to the opposite knee, and you're going to push yourself up nice and tall. So thinking of the sacral forward, the sternum up, and our shoulders relaxed. Take a nice deep breath, lifting through the chest. That way then we can lean that sternum towards our shin. Please, no pressure on your knee. Remember, this is the best part about this pose is that we get all this stretching in the hip, but it also gives us a really good extension for our back. Deep breath. It's a great way of experimenting for different balance poses as well. So for just fun and giggles, let's lift and look forward. Now reach your arms straight out from your shoulders and see if you can't lean over your leg, bringing that shin as close to your armpit as the body allows. Play with it. Yoga is supposed to be fun at times. Deep breath. And once again, use the hands on the shin, nice and controlled, shifting up, roll the shoulders back, lift that leg up, and when you're ready, lower down, maybe a little shake, loosen that hip for yourself there. And then from here, we'll of course do the other side. So we're gonna reach down through the right knee, bring it in, again, lean back, kind of scoot forward into the chair, and let's add those little movements again. Keeping that movement back and forth. Breathe. Remember, if you add a little rock here, you can create that massage, extra massage for your sacral. But the best part really is the reach across. So as it draws there, drop the knee and sit up nice and tall. This way we're going to open at the hip joint. So as we lift, we want to bring that sternum forward. Try to avoid pushing your knees down, but don't resist leaning on the leg. We pay attention a little bit to how the supported leg is, just making sure, especially if you're experiencing any kind of knee discomfort. Again, look forward and we can experiment with a little bit of that reach. So reach, you're kind of just trying to bring your chest over, drop down, scooting that shin into the armpits as close as we can. We notice what wakes up with that extra reach. Not only physically, but also emotionally. Once again, nice, good inhale, walk up as easy as you can. You just get your shoulders back and down, and then the leg as well. Give it a good little shake out. Loosening from there. Now we're going to go into a goddess pose. So if you do have your mat straight in front of you, you can go out wider than your mat here, and again, scoot forward onto your chair. But we want to make sure that when we go wide, you can kind of heel toe your feet out wider, but our knees got to make sure they rest right on top of our ankles. And you do want to feel like you're pushing your hips through so you stay active on those inner thighs. From there, take a nice deep breath, lift up top, relax those shoulders. When you're ready, we're just going to lean over onto one knee. Let the other arm drop down in front, and then we're just going to draw little circles here. Keep pushing your pelvic forward, keep pressing your knees wide. Let that arm dangle into the center. We're multitasking, keeping those legs active and then yet relaxing the shoulders. So we really want to feel that just moving inside the shoulder socket there. Go the other way. People go really fast and they've got big, big circles. Some people go complete opposite. Just be you. Oh, if that feels really good, don't hesitate to stay a little longer. If you're ready, just come up, tuck through the belly, kind of lean over and forward, letting the other arm drop down. Again, loosen up. And push those heels down. Nice and active in that torso. Both ways, play. Once again, take a little more time if you'd like. Otherwise, just scoot back into the center, relax the shoulders, and then just place the back of the hands on the inside of the knees. Let your body relax a little, but let the arms continue to guide those knees wide and our hips continue to guide forward. Just finding a little bit of that ease amongst the strength of Goddess. And then relax. When you are ready, help your legs back onto your mat, or at least in front of you. And again, just give them a little bit of a shake out. Great way to loosen them up. From here, plant your feet just a touch wider than your hips, just so that you have that movement, that availability to move down. Grab at your knees. Make sure you feel like you've lifted up onto your chair, so you're maybe not quite at that edge anymore. We're just going to slide down towards those toes. Then we're going to see about dropping the head and take a nice deep breath as we feel some of this energy coming off of the back of our neck. As always, we'll tuck our belly, but we'll still use our hands as a good support as we come back up tall. Roll the shoulders back. From here, we're going to come down onto our mat. So we're going to lay down, but we're going to bring the back of the seat of the chair up behind our knees. So when you're ready, come down onto the side of your mat and scoot down onto the bump. The easiest way is you kind of scoot towards your chair a little bit and then lower down onto your mat. Turn the butt in. It's just a fancy way to get your legs on top of your chair and lower. You are using one of those nice chairs that your feet can scoot in and you can have the chair all the way behind your shin. That would be wonderful. Go with that. If you're kind of limited on your chair, do what you got. Now we'll, of course, tuck our shoulders, releasing out nice and wide from those collarbones, relaxing the back. I recommend that your chair is on your mat, especially if you are on a hard surface floor, just so that your chair doesn't want to scoot away from you at all. And then, of course, you can always decide that you're comfortable where you are and you can avoid the next move altogether. You always have options, one of my favorite parts about yoga. So if you're interested in exploring your chair bridge, what you'll do is you'll slide your feet to the edge of the chair, of course, encouraging the knees in a little bit, and then relax your shoulders again. Because we are going a little higher with the lift, we are going to tuck our bellies to start off with. So make sure that the heels are on the tops of your chair, so kind of up on top. Then from there, you're going to push into those feet, squeeze into the bum, and lift those hips up nice and high. You're going to, of course, feel yourself shifting onto the back of the neck. We're going to tuck our shoulders. Then from here, lift again, squeeze into the tush. Make sure that you don't feel your knees here. So their knees want to stay guiding with our hips, lengthening up, maybe a little press from our hands and our shoulders. And then tuck your belly, take your time, and lower down. Once you're down, shift your legs out long onto the chair, shift your shoulders out from under, grounding here, deep breath. Notice what it woke up with you. And let's have that again. When you're ready, draw your arms in. Tuck your shoulders a little bit, slide the heels towards the edge of the chair. Once you're onto the edge of the chair, make sure again your feet are about hip distance apart here. Push into those feet, lift up those bums and squeeze, tuck your shoulders. Now, if you're in the mood for having that extra fun today, we're gonna take one leg up to the ceiling. Let's see what'll happen and reach, maybe even exploring the drop behind you. Keep reaching upwards though. Play with it and root. Once the foot's down, if you want, lower all the way down just to make sure you feel confident in this alignment before we go up. Squeeze into the tush, other leg. Maybe that nice kickback, almost doing a plow pose. And we release. Oh, we kind of fight against that gravity as we ground until we're there on our mat, and then we embrace it as we ground heavier. The hips and the back. The breath supports that grounding. Let's just give our neck a little relax. That can be quite a good stretch there for the neck and the tops of the shoulders. So it's good to give them a little extra. Again, as you melt into the center, relax the shoulders, relax those arms and those eyes. Taking a moment, let those legs soften onto your chair a little more. Deep breath. Wiggle your fingers. Leave your elbows where they are and lift up your hands and roll at your wrists. And very gentle, start to slide one foot to the edge of the chair, bringing the knees in towards the chest. Maybe you'd like to reach up and hold. Give you a gentle sway for the back for a moment. Letting one arm drop out to the side and just roll yourself there. Again, encourage yourself to pause for a moment, even if just a quick moment before you come into your seat. shift yourself around, maybe even scoot up into your chair if you'd rather. Roll those shoulders back. Take a deep breath. Soften your eyes again for a moment. Take in the new feels within the body. Remember, even removing the smallest amount of negativity can leave room for that much more positive. Bring your hands to the heart. Fill yourself with energy, breath. And thank you for sharing it with me. Namaste.